Just ignore the camera.
We're here.
Do we want to like?
This is just
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say how long.
Have you guys started your outlines at all yet?
No. Because like we just kind of started roles today, so I feel like
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
We
true.
can talk about that.
I would do it on.
Because
I'm
the
problematic
outline in like Cengage, it says enter your topic. So like,
Okay, topic is
I didn't do that.
residence hall policies.
Yeah. Like.
Because I feel like there's a lot. I don't know. That's I guess more thesis.
Mhm.
we could also make a shared Word document
Oh yeah.
That might be smart. Yeah.
with like all our parts in it.
Mm-hmm. There's a Word or Google Docs.
I don't know, Microsoft, but either way.
I feel like Google Docs is usually easier to like work
Yeah.
on.
Google Docs.
All
Yeah. I mean, like I'll
Yeah.
I can do Word, but it's a little.
I still reference this one we got. Just a
Oh,
little
yeah.
outlining sheet, because I keep forgetting like what the parts are.
Do we all like trust each other to like come up with a solution and solution liability and like describe the problem, or do we just want to like go into in-depth things about that and then just like have that person just do?
I feel like if we have the time, it wouldn't hurt to like check each other.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess when we make our outlines, like how she was having us do it is like the download the outline thing, and we could put that in like our shared document just so we kind of know where we're going, and so it won't be as choppy when we do it. Then.
Does everyone want to like add their email to this?
Should we do school emails or just?
This is not. I don't have it as my school email, but whatever one that you would use.
I never use my school.
My school email, I'm not gonna notice whatever happens on there. So. I wonder if she wrote this as a little thing. I thought that would be so fun.
So we're missing.
What's it just?
I don't know.
Lottie.
Yeah, Lottie.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hopefully he shows up.
Lily is all turned your.
We're all like, is this
him?
I'd hate it if he didn't show up.
No, me too. I feel really bad. But
It's
like,
like 25% reduction or
Yeah.
something.
I feel like he is on the, if he did text about it, so we should know.
We do have to do another one of these.
Yeah.
It's too required. But it's for the speeches and even it's also 2 weeks today. So like residence hall policies? Or we want to do specific ones?
We can, I think, put those in the thesis. I feel like we have a lot.
I think we need to pick like 3.
Yeah.
That we can have the strongest amount of research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones we have are the washers and dryers, the elevators, the hot plate rolls, and like candles, but I feel like candles can go on the hot plate. Alcohol policy, not just like having alcohol, but like posters. The mold, hot plate, yes. The mold, the windows, like how they're letting cold in. The amount of housing per like number of students ratio, which I feel like we could have a lot of like research on.
Yeah.
The no AC thing, and the whole like reasonable time for repairs.
Yeah.
How it's
It's like there's something. This is in the handbook about washing the dryers. It doesn't say anything.
about how well they have to be
Or how
kept
many,
up.
Yeah. Just nothing like how things are kept.
Yeah,
it's not really a policy, it's just something that the students don't like about.
yeah.
But I mean, like when I I go to wash my clothes, there always comes like a hairball, like of stuff. It's just,
Yeah.
it's gross. It's like,
It
that's not
is
my hair.
gross. That's literally why I take my stuff home. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
dealing with the nastiness. Yeah.
How does McConnell? How does that do it? Same thing?
There's 3 washers and 3 dryers for like 75 or 80 students.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know, man. Whenever like I put my bed sheets in there, they come out with like these weird black marks. I don't know,
Like a marker, sharpening.
like dirt, and I can't get it off.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't. So, believe it or not,
Oh, hey, Doug.
froze and exhausted.
Graham gets on it, I fell asleep.
You're
Oh
good,
my
Dad.
goodness.
Oh.
Not sure what you guys might prefer, so I
So you just brought mine away last week. I'm not gonna have mine now or I'll be up all night.
Thank you very much.
You gotta be comfortable doing that.
It's true. I am. I have like no caffeine tolerance. It's problematic. Yes, extra credit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I got hot plate, hypotheses, housing student ratio, washers, dryers, mold and busted shit.
I feel like we could put a kind of categorize it so it reads less clunky, and we could just be like, I guess like maintenance, building maintenance.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that fits a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like an umbrella term.
Building maintenance, and then like, I guess I don't know how to word it, but like, I guess capacity of housing, like housing capacity.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like 3, because I always like to put in 3s, because
Yeah.
it just makes sense. So we could say like housing capacity, building maintenance, and then
I guess
like
the
funky rules.
Yeah.
Like I'll play hypocrisy.
Do you have to test your smoke detectors?
No.
I've never, no.
Okay. It's like McConnell Hall has battery powered smoke detectors, which must be kept in operational condition and be tested by students.
And does
That's
that
not
happen?
happening.
I was like, that's crazy. You have to test your own smoke detectors.
Yeah, we know that the college students are doing that, and no one's making them, so.
No.
This change could be-
Where are you getting all these? I mean, would you be able to like put the policy links into the?
Yeah, if there's like a handy
Yeah.
PDF, but
I haven't been able to find.
Yeah, I was trying to find something, and I feel like I missed it.
That'd be great to reference,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're on talking about the problem, right? And you're on the solution.
I'm the problem person.
You're the problem. You're
Oh.
viability, I'm benefits, and you're moderator. Okay.
Was it this PDF?
That looks right. But I didn't have it on open.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I found 2 of them. One of them was like the lease you have to sign, being like, I pinky promise that I will not like.
Like things on fire.
Yeah, I promise to not light things on fire, and like if I want to leave, I have to pay this amount of money, and then there's like a 35 other page stuff of just like windows, ledges, and exteriors, and room assignments, room entry, room responsibility, service support, and smoking. You can't bring your massive gun or your big bombs.
What small ones?
Right.
I just looked at the assignment. It says identify the
One policy. And then it should be for most students, the solutions financially feasible, and then how will it benefit everyone, including students, faculty, staff, administrators, the greater Moss community, and citizens of the state of Idaho. And then, yeah. So for
How are we gonna
building
do-
maintenance, funky rules, and housing capacity. I also don't know how long I can talk about one issue.
Right.
It's okay, we'll figure it out.
Oh, maybe break that rule.
Scandals.
or with the
Yeah, we could kind of, cause I feel like one policy could be like the housing policy, because it kind of is one chunk,
Yeah.
and then,
And then broken into different things like maintenance, and then also like housing. I feel like housing capacity could kind of be its own bubble and its own issue, but I think we can throw it in addition like housing, and then amend different things from the handbook. I don't know. Quiet hours?
Nobody really abides by quiet hours.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, if
My
anything, just
floors.
go knock on the door there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only thing it does really is just give you like something to lean on if people like don't wanna shut up, you just be like, oh, it's quiet hours. Like, honestly, I would rather be kept up all night by people being loud than talk to them and ask them to shut up. That's just me though. No, it has to be really bad, like I have to be really tired, it has to be like 1 a.m. for me to actually do it.
Like the one with Deputy where it's just like 24 hours. That one.
Honestly, screw that.
That one's creepy.
24 hours not quiet?
Yeah, like during Dead Week and Finals Week, like 24 hours is not quiet.
Is that what it is?
No.
Well, no,
24
it's-
hours off quiet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quiet hours all the time.
That's lame.
Yeah.
I don't know. Students shall not leave fish unsupervised at least 30 minutes. You gotta take your fish with you.
Oh, they don't let you loft or bunk your beds, cause I remember I toured a college that like you could bunk your beds to like change the room, and they're like, you don't, no cinder blocks in the rooms for any purpose. They specifically mentioned that cause you use cinder blocks to like bunk your beds,
Yeah.
but they're like, for any purpose, just in case. What do you think I'm gonna disassemble my bed when people are like doing room checks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually would do that.
Mm-hmm.
You debunk your beds, you just like slide in half.
Yeah.
Real valid actually.
Throw your mattress on the floor.
So you don't bonk your head out when you sit up and falls. Help me stay nice.
What would be our purpose statement or goal?
I guess like, isn't that the one where it's like to persuade about, oh shoot.
That's our
Houses for better life on campus.
Yeah, I think you should start with like, for our purpose. Yeah, To persuade the administrators of the University of Idaho to change the housing policies.
I mean,
To-
we're talking to a bunch of other housing, or a bunch of,
Yeah, that's just what it's supposed to.
or are
It
we
says,
supposed
it
to?
says your requirement has to convince your audience, in this case administrators,
Oh,
at the University of Idaho, but like you're speaking to different people, so it's kind of,
okay.
it is a little whack, where it's like your audience that you're writing for versus your audience that you're actually speaking to. I mean, thank God we don't have administrators sitting in on our speeches.
Yeah.
And then our organizational pattern, I guess we could do, it's probably, I guess it would, because overall, I feel like it's problem solution. But within the our own outlines, it might be different.
Yeah.
You can just kind of like rely on it being topical, because that's the topic of goofy rules or building maintenance.
And the ones that we should most talk about are the ones that like affect lots of students, but also like the broader community. Yeah. Or like, because it says, how will the change benefits, or what will be the policy changes benefits for other people, like students, faculty, staff, administrators, and great Moscow community and citizens of the state of Idaho. I mean, the University of Idaho is a big thing in Moscow and Idaho anyway, so if it benefits us, it probably benefits them, so we can just tie it in that way. Like, happy students, happy Moscow.
You're right. You're right.
Happy
Mouse.
University of Idaho, happy Idaho.
You're right. And then happy more students, and then they get more money.
Yes,
And then
more
you
money,
know.
and then bigger college, and better education.
So right.
Everybody will be great and dandy. Since then, it's like
Construction
really half an
labor
hour.
not coated in 2 coats of fire-resistant paint. I'm not allowed. Why 2? Is 1 not enough? Why not 3 then?
And how much are we gonna cook this?
Imagine writing this.
Well, it's funny because it's like for like people who've never lived on their own, so they're just like have to tell us everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's super cool. If you have a service animal, there's like a million rules about that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do community service for violating housing policies.
Really?
Damn, what do you have to do? Like blow something up? Cause I feel like
Yeah.
community service is usually like actual crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Probation. Making payment. You can't participate in active sports in areas that aren't designated for that, so you can't wrestle in your residence hall. We were just wrestling.
No
That's not
dancing.
allowed either.
Yeah. Well, it's fire capacity. Having a number of guests that exceeds the fire capacity of foyer room / suite is prohibited. Fire capacity.
Yeah, if you've ever been in like the Wallace rooms, I feel like 5 people is too many.
Yeah.
You're like elbow to elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, appliances we're talking about. You can't have toasters, pressure cookers, deep fryers, air fryers, hot plates, open flame gas grill. And then you can't have personal fridges and microwaves. You can only have the ones they have.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like we could also talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
No skateboarding in the halls. No being inappropriate. No public nudity.
What?
Lame. No fun. Okay, most of these rules are ones that make sense. So I don't have an issue.
The dorm I used to be in during my high school, there was only one rule: don't kill each other.
Nice.
Valid rule. You know what?
It was really fun. The food was shit, but I enjoyed it. But what the hell?
Yeah.
There's so many.
I feel like most of these are just common sense. But some of these are not.
mean, but there's a reason there's a rule, cause somebody did
Because
something.
someone did something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't do pranks. You can't make noise.
Fun police.
You can't. Okay, at first this made sense, and I was like, pause. Okay, so you can't make video or audio recordings of any person in the university in bathrooms, showers, bedrooms. I'm sorry, we are required to record ourselves in our bedrooms. So that's interesting. Like, fair enough to not like record your roommate when they're sleeping, but like, it's a whole different thing to be like, hey, I'm Juliana and I'm doing persuasive speech. It's gonna be so awkward. I hate watching myself like recorded. Painful. Okay. I'm just going down rabbit holes now.
You
Yeah.
can't push multiple buttons for the floor other than the destination.
Oh, well, my brother's in trouble for that though.
Girl, I do that.
Because once I was just going in, you know, as I do, and he leans through, hits all of the buttons,
Oh.
and then I get out of the elevator and go to a different
That's
one.
fair.
I was like, I'm not gonna do
That's
that.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
What's the policy that goes with that?
It's a good question. I feel like there isn't.
Washer dryers like that.
We could just kind of include, like, use that as like our, this is where we put it. Because she said, at first, you know, she was like, oh, we'll find something that mentions something similar and then just kind of put it in there. And that does mention maintenance, which nothing else does. And then she kind of relaxed after. We were like, girl, we're struggling over here. Everyone's taking our topics.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So that would be, these are not titled the way that what I would do. You can't be like, rule number, 654.1. Well, there's like room maintenance, but those are mostly okay. Oh wait, and if I guess it depends on who's doing like what. But since I don't know, like for instance, the solution, I can't really talk about the benefits of the proposed solution, so that would be good to get like out of the way.
We just want to like have our own different sections and then just like write what we think in our own section. And then like, I don't know, does that make sense? Like we have our own sections of the document and then they write what we think. We're gonna write our like outline.
Yeah.
And so this is just like our base thoughts.
Yeah.
And then go into
that
the
makes
outline
sense.
so then we can all just like
Yeah.
see each other.
Yeah, some of our parts are more dependent on others, like Lily's is super dependent on what we say.
Yeah.
And then like mine is super dependent on what like the problem solution part is.
Yeah.
Well, especially solution, I guess.
Mine will be totally dependent on the solution.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And yeah, we can kind of like I'm sure, like we don't have to put our whole outline in, because then we'd all have to wait for each other to finish, so it can kind of work. But yeah, put in like, very basically like a couple of sentences, I think, of like what, like for the problem, I think we kind of have that nailed down, but like solution is be like, you know, so, like brief solution for each one, you don't have to go crazy, just so I can kind of have an idea that we're up with it.
for the solution part, do we need exactly like scientific solutions or something based on what we think?
I think it's like,
think we just have to like come up with an answer to the
Yeah.
problem, and then like make it viable and all that stuff.
Yeah, a change, I guess the solution is kind of like the change, the policy change, so like what we would write in the handbook differently. To like for instance,
Oh, okay.
stuff has to be fixed within like a 24-hour time
Yeah.
period, like that kind of thing.
So like what?
And my laptop's almost dead. I played too much New York Times games during every class. I was literally sitting in the Comm.
That's what I did every week on my
He was talking about the same thing that the macro guy always rants about, like the stock market. And I was like, I get it. Okay, we're all screwed. Whatever. Yeah, I'm looking for some of the solutions, like, for instance, no, like, hot plate roll, and like,
Could we have something like in the lounge hot plate rule? So it's like,
oh yeah, you can use it in like a public area or something, so that
Yeah.
it's, so we can kind of compromise.
yeah.
Cause like, I can see why maybe having some students here have hot plates in their room would not be good, so yeah.
There's like if you have, yeah, the
Like
fire
hot
goes
plates,
off.
hot plates allowed like in public areas, because if there is a fire, people will notice, or like if it's left on and unplugged, people will pass by and be like, oh, maybe that's a danger.
Are we just the hot plates or like air fryers, rice cookers,
Yeah, we can talk about all of those.
appliances?
Does the tower or like Wallace have like a community kitchen?
The tower does not.
The
I'm actually
Wallace
pissed
does
about
in the
that.
basement.
The tower doesn't, and then, so you just can't cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's like we could add. No, but that's not like a policy.
Yeah, that's not quite. I do wish we had one, but it's not quite a policy.
Is there like a communal space in McConnell?
Yeah, there's like a little kitchen.
Oh,
I think it's electric though.
it's like
So
Yeah, because if they can trust people to have, like, that's kind of what we'll go into, like, in the solution, but if they can trust people to have, like, ovens, then they can trust us to have, like, a hot plate.
Yeah.
As long, yeah, that would make sense more for, like, a communal area, because it's safer and safety first.
Do we want to touch on candles?
I feel like that kind of goes into it.
Okay.
Um,
But then like your room doesn't smoke it though.
yeah.
It's still like an open flame.
Organs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, cause I get why they have the rule, cause if people often do leave their candles unattended, and they might have flammable things near it,
Yeah.
and just because it's like a community area, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I think I'd be fine, I wouldn't light anything on fire, but like, there are people who would,
Yeah.
like other floors, or they'd be like, oh, we have an open flame, that means let's stick stuff in it. Like, I know a lot of guys who just like light things on fire all the time for fun, so, and girls can use them, sexism. I love some sexism. Which, yeah, it's like insurance, like it makes sense why they're different for guys and girls, but like it's not. We can't exactly do the same thing.
You can't say that.
Can't say that because women are superior. That's a joke, don't even worry. I'm not gonna take away your rights just yet.
Just yet.
Except to open flames.
Starts with
Absolutely right
candles.
with the open flame thing.
No, because every guy I know is like, let's spray something flammable on a fire, and like, I've almost had my hair lit on fire like so many times, so, valid.
I used to have a perfume shop, and trust me, I tried every fucking perfume on film.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
As you should. That's
yeah. No, I was hanging with like my boyfriend and his best friend in like his best friend's shop, and they're literally just lighting things on fire for like a solid hour. They're like spraying all the different like cans they have, and like putting things on the floor, and then like letting paper on fire and like plastic. And I was like, guys, like love fire and all, but
We would just like start fires in the barracks.
yes, real. Like cleaning supplies, those aren't for cleaning, those are for fire, silly. Every guy with cologne. No, I don't need to smell good. You know what smells good? Fire.
Alright.
Burning chemicals. totally valid.
Do we draw the line at like, you can't bring your own stove? Things like
Yeah.
that? Can you bring like your own mini oven? Like a toaster oven?
I feel like toaster should be fine.
Or like a toaster oven?
I feel like it's kind of, like it's plug-in, it's like,
Okay.
it's really easy to like turn off.
I believe we should stick to the toaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can specify like what's allowed, like toasters, hot plates. Maybe no candles, because
Yeah.
boys have to burn it.
Girl. Do we want to touch on like, you still have to have a meal plan, or do you not even want to touch that ball game?
Maybe I might be getting like 2
Yeah, I
We
feel
should
like we're
have
really spread out with like what we want to talk about. We should mostly leave it on reference halls. Because meal plan is it's a big thing we could talk about, but then we kind of,
So that'll leave them off.
we're already spread out and kind of like there.
Would we also be like stepping on other groups' toes?
Yep.
I think they're
Yeah.
also doing something like that.
I honestly think the Crawford assignment is done.
Yeah.
Don't,
She's listening.
I love this assignment.
I love assignments. I just
Oh, yeah,
love
this
doing my homework and doing speeches. Oh, he's trying to look good now, fixing his hair.
Yeah, I love this. Love collaborating. You guys aren't bad though. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be way worse.
I was actually thinking about how it could be worse. I was like, oh, wonder what you're calling a thing. I'm like, I'm sure I can't have like everyone that would be bad to work with every longer.
Yeah.
Actually, unless you decided I was bad to work with and just put me in with people like that. Because that's what happens for like the business assignments. You do like, they base you in like based on how much time you spent on like a previous assignment. It's like an online thing. Like how much time you spent, or sometimes they place it based on like what place you were in on the simulator. So like my group was fine. Well, the second I turned my back, they had to like messed everything up. Like we were like at the top like 30.
Yeah.
Like we were like the rich group, and we wouldn't have had to like go to the class. We could like skipped.
Yeah.
And then one time I decided to participate in our planning session over text while I'm sitting in a hot tub, which felt very businessman of me, but unfortunately I was not with my laptop, and so they just kept on changing things. And I was like, oh, never mind. Our bicycle business is going under. Yeah, we were like mid. I think the rest will probably be like lock in individually. Like as long as we have like, and we can keep adding to this to kind of like communicate what we want to talk about. And yeah, if they want like a way to make it safer for like toasters and stuff, just having like an RA or someone like check it out and make sure it looks safe. Just in case someone pulls out their like 50-year-old toaster with like dirt in it.
Yeah. Deep fryer. How do we feel about deep fryers?
No.
Deep fryers scare
Hell
me.
nah.
Okay.
You see those like deep fried turkey videos?
Yes.
Yeah, no. I don't want to touch that. They like fishing on the line. Cool and all, but
Oh, broccoli.
I have a quiz tomorrow. Oh, we have a quiz tomorrow too. It's fine. I have no idea what it's on. I've been to class, I just don't know.
We're taking a quiz every single class for this week.
Yeah, his Fox quiz. It's oh my girl. Has no one told you in your like 60 years of living that it's pronounced Bo? Like at first I thought he was talking about something else, and then I saw it spelled out, and I was like, no, that's not what he means.
Yeah.
Girl. Okay, I did a really good job. These quizzes.
He does it for attendance.
Yeah. Well, I remember there were a few times where he was like, use your calculator, and I was like, girl. I'm so lost in calculator, won't help me here. You know what will help me? My intelligence.
Should I mention in the problems that like the basement floor in the Comm flooded earlier this semester?
I feel like, yeah, you could mention that as like a point of, they don't really keep good maintenance. Cause like if water can get in, probably not
But I
well.
feel like that might be more like the planning of the building.
Oh, potentially.
But
I guess it depends on what caused.
I mean, how fast do they take care of it?
They were trying it out for like a whole week, but the response time was kind of like, I think because mostly like workers live in Comm. But the drainage systems that is by the basement door, I guess, must have gotten clogged up, which that is a fault. Whoever is supposed to be in charge of that.
You know, like the brink hall and like over there used to be dorms. They look so like cute and like old fashioned. I'm like, oh, they probably are so cold in winter, but I would love to live in those. So aesthetic. I feel like a British boarding school student. Which is definitely the goal. My night of college. Okay.
Do we wanna throw in like a space heater type thing?
Oh yeah, because if they're gonna make it get so cold,
Yeah.
and like in Wallace, the tower's like the opposite problem than
Yeah.
indicators make sense.
But like that's a personal thing, like candles on it.
Yeah. Where it would be in your own room, and you could light them on fire. I don't know, I feel like you could like they don't say no lighters probably. But so you could literally light them on fire if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like they have to have some faith that like we're able to hopefully like live on our own without destroying everything.
Yeah.
Which if they didn't have faith in us for that, I would completely blame them.
I'm gonna leave out the gas grill. Open flavor gas grill.
That would be really funny. Let me just bring in my grill. The big green egg thing.
Yeah.
Just cooking burgers in my dorm. That'd be so sick.
That'd be.
I would do that. You just smell like charred burgers floating down the halls. It's just me cooking up a little snack. I'm just like filling my little apron. I think, yeah, so far, I guess we can just keep checking in on this to like, I guess have tabs on what other people are talking about so we know where to go. Is there anything we want to discuss before we go out? Yes, playing volleyball before volleyball is like my life story.
As you should.
Are we going to plan to meet again?
Oh, do we have to have two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next week.
Okay.
Because where did we go exactly? Is it
2 weeks today, so.
Okay, we got time.
Oh.
So yeah, if we want to do it like next week or something, so then we could like practice it before we go. But after we have like mountains done. I just maybe I want to go first. My concept of time is really fun. Next weekend is Easter weekend, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, we got this week. We perform on Tuesday. We perform. We present on Tuesday, the 22nd.
Not Thursday.
Thursday.
We go last.
So yeah, if we want to do it sometime next week, cool. I guess that doesn't depend on like, yeah, like everyone's schedule's kind of moving around a little bit, but if we, you know. And it would be better, honestly, for me to communicate over that over text, just so I can like have it and remember it instead of just like
Yeah, it's like
not remembering it. And also just like check calendars, talk to people. I'm always being told I have plans that I was signed up